Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. Today, I would like to take a closer look at the new MISC Furies. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for the support. It is truly appreciated. So, CIG finally revealed two of their previously unannounced vehicles, which are the MISC MIRAI Fury and Fury MX. Now, these two ships will most likely be released straight to flyable in the live release of Alpha 3.19, which is going to happen either on or before the 19th of May, as they will be on display in the halls at this year's Invictus, as we can see here on the PTU. So what are the MISC Fury and MISC Fury MX? Well, at this time, any stats we do have on these ships are not officially released, so they are heavily subject to change, but the MISC MIRAI Fury and Fury MX are classed as snub fighters, with the MX swapping out the base Fury's weaponry in favour of more missiles. And what they mean by snub is that the ship size is much smaller than that of a light fighter and sits more around the size of a ground vehicle like the Dragonfly, or like the other snub fighters in game like the Merlin P-52. And by small, I mean tiny. It is 5.4 meters in width, 7 meters in length, and 3 meters tall. And when you compare that to the P-52 or the MISC Razor, it is practically half their size. Now, this brings a lot of wins, but I also think they will likely bring in a few trade-offs just to balance it out, which we will speak about in a second. So let us talk about the leaked stats, which, as I say, these are not officially confirmed outside of the weapon size. I think they have confirmed that they are size 2 weapons, so do take that as you will. And even if they were confirmed, it is all very much still subject to change as the game continues to develop. But for both the base Fury and the Fury MX, they have an SEM top speed of 220 meters a second, an afterburner speed of 1,250 meters a second, a maximum pitch and yaw of 50 degrees a second, with a maximum roll speed of 215 degrees a second. So it is almost capable of doing a full 360 roll in 1 second, which will certainly play into its agility. Now, weaponry-wise, for the base Fury, it has been confirmed that they are 4 size 2 CF227 Badger repeaters, which are energy-based weapons, and 4 size 2 Ignite 2 infrared missiles, with the Fury MX swapping out those Badger repeaters for an additional 8 more Ignite 2s, making that a total of 12 size 2 Ignites, and 8 size 1 Marksman 1 missiles, which are also infrared. Now, for components, right now they each have 1 size 1 Cloak Shield, 1 size 1 Roughneck Power Plant, and 2 size 1 Hydrocell Coolers, and it appears that the majority of its components are found on the rear or on the sides, accessible via panels from the outside. So, what are my thoughts on the Fury lineup? Now, firstly, I expect these ships to be very effective in combat, causing quite a lot of headaches for the opposition, but not likely able to take much damage. So they should be pretty quick, pretty agile, very difficult to hit, which will require a certain type of flying, maintaining momentum to disrupt the enemy's movements, and also their ability to think. You will not want to be sitting still, as a decent shot from something like a size 4, maybe size 5 up, would likely be pretty impactful. And as part of the trade-off, like we see with light fighters in general, they can give out a good deal of damage, but they just can't take it. But I do feel that the Fury's real strength is in its size, for 2 reasons. Firstly, if you have ever tried to dogfight an M50, they are a complete nightmare to keep up with, and the Fury being even smaller than an M50, it is going to be infuriating trying to shoot it. But secondly, with it looking as though it has an even more compacted landing state, players should be able to transport full fleets of these fighters, which when launched will be quite mind-blowing to witness. And if you can just imagine having a convoy of ships transporting goods and then having, say, a caterpillar full of these, which looking at this image, I'm going to guess that you could probably fit around 18 of them inside the caterpillar. Having a caterpillar full of these in your convoy, if you got attacked, no one is going to expect 18 of these tiny fighters come flooding out. And I'm pretty sure that if you have 18 of these, or anywhere, 10 of them even, they should be pretty capable of dealing with a relatively small group of pirates. Now, in terms of their design, I do love the shape and style. Of course, this is Star Citizen's version of the Star Wars TIE Fighter, but visually, I think it looks great. It looks like it has great visibility, provided the weapons don't get in the way too much. And I'm sure that a lot of the talk that we have been seeing in the monthly reports regarding blend space tech will also apply to these ships. As we have heard, they are using this blend space tech for the Santokiai and on ships with VTOLs to give a much more realistic and interesting movement to flight, with its inertia being heavily affected. And seeing these in action, I feel, is going to be quite unique, and I just cannot wait to see what people do with these ships or how many they use. I'm also quite fond of the fact that it is a ship made by MISC's performance division that we heard of recently called Mirai, so its design will certainly stand out more to that of the MISC industrial ships, which kind of leads me to the price. Now, we don't have any confirmation on how much the Fury or MX will cost, but with it being a Mirai ship, I would certainly expect even more tax to be applied. Now, of course, this doesn't just mean the real-life price. This will also be represented in its in-game price, and you do not need to pay real money to own the ship. Likely in the release of Alpha 320, you will be able to pick this ship up in-game for in-game credits. But for real-world money, I think the chances are it's going to land around the $120 mark. However, I am really hoping for less, and I would certainly not be surprised if it was a bit more. I don't personally think it's going to be a viable LTI token, but we really don't know anything until CIG reveal the price, as it could go either way. So what are my final thoughts on the MISC Mirai Fury and Fury MX? Personally, I love the looks. I think it's great to finally have a TIE Fighter style ship in Star Citizen. I'm sure a lot of people have been wanting one. I think its very compact size will have so many benefits for so many people, and I love that it is from MISC's performance division, as it kind of sets it apart from every other ship. There isn't really much about it that I dislike, and I'm just interested to see where it fits and performs with the rest of the fighters, but I'm sure that as more systems come online, things will be adjusted and balanced. So yeah, looking forward to hearing what CIG's intentions are for it. But with that said, that is just the first look at the Fury and the Fury MX. I'm sure we will be talking much more about these two ships when they are unleashed into the verse, but do let me know what your thoughts are on them both, and whether you plan to pick one or both of them up, either with real life cash or in-game. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also, come and hang out over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. You're all more than welcome over there. There will be no more streams until not this coming Monday, but the Monday after, as I am on holiday. So do tick the notification bell to be notified when I'm back at it all. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. It does the channel a big favour. Big thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.